We have from the chat, we have, do you think No Man's Sky was a lie? And No Man's Sky sucked.
Hashtag,
Coming
yeah.
from Blab23.
Hashtag No Man's Lie, as
No Man's Lie.
people like to say.
I do like that
So
one.
I think that No Man's Sky was how do I say this? So he basically pulled a Peter Molyneux, right? So, but even more so, because what they did when it came to what's wrong with me? Fable. When it came to Fable, he was saying, "Hey, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this." But then, like, he would quiet down towards the release.
Yeah.
And we got the opposite when it came to Hello Games. Hello Games said, "Hey, you're gonna be able to do this," and then someone would ask them, "Oh, so you can meet up with people?" Well, it's rare, but yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And Sean Murray, like, if you, I was listening to an interview. There's an unfiltered. Ryan McCaffrey has done a series of interviews where it'll be like an hour and a half long interview with a single developer.
Yeah.
And the interview with Sean Murray is particularly illuminating because it was right before the game came out, and he continues to say a lot of the same things that he knows. They're like 3 weeks from release.
That's my irritants.
This is and because like when they did the original trailer, a lot of that was, we hope we can do this.
Yes.
We believe, and they might have believed. Molyneux could be completely delusional and believe that he can actually deliver all these things.
Yeah.
By now we've gotten used to this, but this is also the way that Sony pushed it, the way that all these different companies, nobody said anything.
Yeah.
And since it was released, they continue to say nothing.
Yeah.
If you come out, okay, the game releases, it doesn't have what they said it was going to have. If 2 weeks before release, they come forward and they say, look, we have done everything that we can. We have created a fantastic game. We're going to continue to work on this game. We believe that we can deliver a really fantastic experience. What we have right now, we believe in. We think it's really fun, really fantastic, and you will be able to sink a great amount of time into it and enjoy it.
Yes.
We will keep working on it. Do that 2 weeks before release. Yes, you're going to lose a lot of sales.
But you clarify what's happening, and you keep the people playing.
You keep the people playing, and you keep the people's trust.
Yes.
Because nobody trusts Hello Games now.
Yeah, they had a 92% drop on PC on Steam, 92% drop in players.
So and people asking for refunds after 50 hours, which okay.
That's
all Hello Games did not do right, but you don't get to play a game for 50 hours and then demand a refund.
No, you don't.
That's not how refunds work.
I think I mentioned this one to you. When I was in middle school, was it middle school? Yeah, I was in 7th grade. I went to a Blockbuster and rented a video game on the weekend.
All right.
Walked to the Blockbuster, rented the video game, walked back, put it in. It was horrible. Played it for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Walked back to the Blockbuster.
Yeah.
And told them, I want a refund. Not a refund. Just let me swap.
Can I trade
just let
it
me
for,
swap.
yeah.
And as a 11 or 12-year-old, I negotiated that out.
Yeah.
But that makes sense. I didn't turn it in after 5 days and say, it wasn't very good. Can I get a different one for another 5 days? No. Yeah. It was an hour and a half later because I had to walk for a while.
Walking takes forever.
Yeah. So in this case, I think half of it goes with things that they probably wanted to put in the game, and the other half was, in my opinion, was nerves. I think that the pressure on, and I forgot the guy's name from Hello Games, Sean Murray.
Yeah.
So the pressure on him, if you watch some of those interviews, it's a very nervous. He's very nervous about giving the interviews. This is his first time doing something big like this that I know of, and I think that he felt. Personally, I think that he felt if he had said when he was on Colbert, he was on Colbert, and Colbert said, "Oh, so you can meet up with people," and I feel like if he had said, "Well, actually, we're still working some kinks out. That's not really what this game's about." I think he thought he was going to turn off some players, if they had said...
And he would,
Yes.
but the greater good is served.
Yes.
And then, so I was talking about if they had said something 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
Since the game launched, they have also gone silent.
Yes.
That's not okay. In a situation like this, you have you have an angry internet.
Yeah.
Hello Games, and they have to those have to be addressed.
Yes.
Because yes, there was additional pressure because Sony pushed this because they found this thing.
Yeah.
And then like they did that and when their office flooded, Microsoft bailed them out.
Even Microsoft, yeah. Because
it's this weird conglomeration of all these different massive companies converging on this 14-person team and saying your game is going to be the greatest thing ever. And if Peter Moore came up to me and said that,
then there's a lot of pressure.
I think Peter Moore was in charge of that. Anyway, I'm not 100% sure on my history, but if the head of Xbox comes to me and the head of PlayStation and they're seeing all these people and they're on Colbert and they were not prepared for this.
Yeah.
But you have to say something. You have to be honest. You have to come out and I'm sure that they're working on it, that they're patching in, that they're trying to update new things, but you need to say that.
Yeah. I think the other problem was they had a game that they did not clarify what the actual gameplay was.
Yeah.
They concentrated on the procedurally generated bits of the game.
Which is cool. It's a really neat thing.
Fantastic. But if you'd done that with Diablo's procedurally generated.
Yeah.
But if Diablo had never come out, but it came out now, and all they gave you leading up to for a year leading up to the game was procedurally generated. Look at all this random stuff. And then starting a month beforehand, people started asking them direct questions, and then they started answering with things that aren't in the game. People would be upset.
Yeah.
Tell us what the game is about. And the game is good for what it is. I think the problem is they didn't tell you what it was.
It's a relaxing, cerebral exploration of this universe, and you're slowly going through and you're harvesting. It's a very simple but satisfying loop. Far Cry, those games 3, 4, and Primal. Those games, honestly, not that different. Even the one with the cavemen and the guy with the only one arm and building huts. It's still not that different from Far Cry 3. But it's a satisfying loop that I enjoy playing. Mm-hmm. And this No Man's Sky is a very similar thing. And it's all about messaging.
Yeah.
You have to be honest, and you have to communicate with this group of people, especially when they're upset and angry.
Yeah.
If you can't or are not willing to do that, you are going to fail. You're going to lose players' trust, and you can't really win that back easily. It can be done, but usually not so much.
Yeah, I think what really sucks about it was, and I was trying to find the notes on it, I couldn't find here. There's actually a game that they talked about at the PC Gaming Show that they specifically went out there and they're like, oh, it's this, this, and this, and this is before No Man's Sky came out, and I need to find I'll tweet out the name later, but they specifically said, oh, so this sounds like a lot like No Man's Sky, but this developer was like, yeah, but this is what you actually do with the game. This is what you like. They spelled out the gameplay aspect of it.
Yeah.
And it, in my opinion, it felt like what I wanted No Man's Sky to be. I wanted No Man's. That's the problem. They didn't give you enough information, so your brain filled it in.
Your imagination fills in the gaps.
So I imagined when No Man's Sky came out, a procedurally generated universe that I could have an Eve-like economy, and I could, there would be some battles, and I could meet up with people. Yeah. Because in this day and age, I can tweet at someone and say, hey, I found this planet. You want to go to this planet? You'll find the planet. And then you go. It's not like they expected where they're saying, oh, it's kind of rare. Why is it rare? You can go on Twitch.
Yep.
That's what I thought it was going to be, and I thought, you have this ridiculously huge universe, but you'll end up naturally having hubs.
Yeah.
Because players will tend to congregate around certain areas.
And then they were talking about, and there's this big super mega secret at the center of the universe. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to spoil what it is here, but we know what it is, and it's they allowed us to imagine and just kind of rode on this. We're not quite going to say that it's not that thing you think it is. We're going to create an illusion of allowing you to do something. It's deceptive gameplay practice, which doesn't work.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's not really any news on it this week, but
other than the drop in gamers, the drop of 92% of people leaving, not just the people. Now I think there are only 4 to 6% of people who actually asked for refunds.
Yeah.
But yeah, hold on. I think this is it. Dual Universe is the game that I was thinking of. Seamlessly. You know what? I'm gonna grab this. So stall just slightly and grab the trailer for you guys, because I didn't get to give you this in the PC reviews. I meant to do a PC review in the E3 wrap up because the PC gaming show that they did in E3 was done so underhandedly and like swept under the rug.
I would have swept it under the rug too, because that was not pretty. That was not entertaining. It was like an amalgamation of like a public access talk show meant to look like a late night show.
Yes, and
that's what it was. And it was like some of the things that they came out and said were cool, but the show itself was really, really underwhelming.
And Day 9, who has done a really cool thing, I don't know if you saw, he did a really cool thing in Magic the Gathering on YouTube, where he'll bring in celebrities and play Magic the Gathering, like nerd celebrities, like Felicia Day or whoever, and play Magic the Gathering with them, and talk about like, oh, I'm playing Azora, this is the techniques for this, and he's really good at that, but he ends up coming up as a complete tool. When it came to him trying to be like a game show host, because I couldn't tell if he was condescending or if he was genuine or if he was trying to make a bad joke. I couldn't tell.
It's very similar to that one guy, at the show where they actually revealed No Man's Sky, where he was talking about, is this coming out for the Atari, and like just really.
That wasn't Seth Green, was it?
No. Seth Green would have been.
No, he did. I
want Seth Green to.
He didn't. Was it E3? He did one that was just atrocious. Wasn't it Seth Green? I may be wrong.
It absolutely wasn't Seth Green. Okay. But
it was someone who came out there and made a bunch of really
so go ahead and show the.
You're thinking of the guy, Talk Soup guy, right? Wasn't it Talk Soup? Maybe, I don't know.
That's Tosh.0, right?
No, Tosh was like the 3rd or 4th or 5th guy that did Talk Soup.
He was on Talk Soup. I don't lose any points.
Oh, so Dual Universe, I'm gonna queue it up. Trust me, it was totally worth the wait, you guys. So Dual Universe. So this is the pre-alpha build, but they specifically are saying, hey, you can get your ship. So they're showing here, you can walk around outside of your ship. There is, and they mentioned, there's some combat aspects to it, but you can get into your ship. Again, this is pre-alpha, but the constructs everything is built in game. So you're sitting there, constructing your ship.
It's Legos.
It's Legos with ships, and then you take your ship, fly it out, and go from. This is what Destiny should have done seamlessly. Seamlessly going from the planet out into space, and then fly over to.
Okay. Yeah. This game looks really cool.
Yeah.
The G's on that acceleration would have literally killed him.
Everyone, yes.
Well, so fast.
It could have been like Iron Man's helmet, because it's got to, absorb so many G's and concussive forces.
Okay.
So, but I agree. But the cool bit of it is, everything, all the constructs, everything are built in game on the fly. So if you
and it actually interacts with, and other people can find your work and your stuff.
And this game is what I thought that No Man's Sky was going to be. And when they did the PC gaming show, they didn't know what No Man's Sky was going to be like, so they didn't get to straight up compare it. Right. But they're like, well, we don't know, but here's what we do. Yeah. And it blew my mind, because they're sitting there saying, hey, this is really early stages, but this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And this is what I think a lot of people want No Man's Sky to be. So check that out.
Joel McHale found it.
Joel McHale, that guy.
All right. So that is our chat aside, brought to you once again by Blab23.
Yeah, thank you, Blab. We love you.
Thank you, Blab. And now, if you just watch the show, now you know how interactive and how engaged we are with our chat.
Yeah.
There's not that many people in there, so you will be heard.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for watching This Week in Our Collective Heads and all the other cool content we've got here. If you like that, subscribe and see stuff like this or different than this, but you'll like it. I promise.
Yes. We only give you the best quality content. We're nerds and we branch out into all areas, so we will pull from movies, from books, from all these different things that we experience and associate it with and put it next to video games. Mm-hmm. Video games are our main passion. Oh, yeah. And if it's yours, like us and message us. Talk to us. Yeah. Hit us up on Twitch. Hit us up on Twitter. Hit us up on Facebook.
Everything.
YouTube. Talk to us wherever.
We
don't have a lot of friends.
And we're TWIOCH everywhere, so it's easy to remember. Except for Twitch, which doesn't make sense.
Twitch
TWIOCH gaming there. But go check us out, and we love you.
Thank you.